Hello everyone. Today we're going to bind this receiver. I'm going to switch the macro so you can see this Fly Sky 6-channel receiver. We're going to bind it to my Turnigy 9X and get everything hooked up for the plane. Figure you guys would like to see that. Binding a radio control system is not difficult. It's far less difficult than it sounds. You need a bind plug, something like that. And all this does, you put it onto the battery. And what it does is it shorts the data and the positive, I believe, or data and negative, something like that. You put the bind plug in. We got to hook up to the ESC. And my ESC, I use mode 2. So my ESC is going to go to channel 1. Paying attention that the brown would be the negative and it goes closest to the edge of the board. That's all you need to hook up really to get the bind going. Alright, then you got to do the battery. Now, it's very important when you bind a radio is to not allow the motor to be functional. Alright, something goes wrong, motor would be a problem. That would be a bad thing. So now we got that. Next, we're going to have the Turnigy 9X. Here's the Turnigy 9X. And right now it is set to Tiger Moth. We don't want it set on Tiger Moth. Okay. We're going to set it to Model Select. And I've already got the F4U programmed in here. And now we should say F4U, and it says F4U down there. Now we know we've got that right. Fortunately, with the Turnigy 9X, I'm able to do all kinds of stuff with it, so I can put multiple models in it, stuff like that. Now that's on. Throttle is down. Okay, even though I've got the motor disconnected, it never hurts to be more than safe. Assume everything's alive. Okay, shut off the Turnigy. Put on the battery. Okay, getting all kinds of beeps. And the light is flashing on that. We take the Turnigy and we press the bind button in the back. Find the dang thing, there it is. Turn it on. Light solid. That means that we're bound. We shut off the Turnigy. Turn it back on again. Still says F4U. Disconnect this battery. Now it's bound. Got a little propeller movement there, so I just pulled another wire off there. What we're going to do is hook up at least one servo. I'm just going to hook up the tail servo for now. Again, watching which way the plug goes in. Your radio may vary. Now we turn on the radio first. Radio's got a healthy, happy beep. our servo moved. And I've got nothing. Why do I have nothing? I don't know. Huh. Flashing. I know why. I didn't pull the blind plug. See, we kept it blind. It may not have. No, it did. See? Solid light. Okay. We've got elevator. And as you can see, the elevator servo is moving. It also appears to be moving in the correct direction. So now I can hook up the ailerons. Power it down. You always power down when you do stuff. No reason that we can't do this now. Ailerons are hooked up. Now let's see if the ailerons work. Woohoo! I put them on where the throttle belongs. How the heck did that happen? Anyway, let's find out. That should have been right. So I'm safe to assume that this is wrong in the menu. So let's go to System. Okay, I'm going to go down to Stick Set. Just take a look. Now it's Mode 2. Channel 3. Channel 3 is the throttle. Channel 1 is the ailerons. So, and channel 2 is the elevator. So elevator's in the right place. Ailerons have to be switched out with the throttle. So now we know. Not to worry, simple fix. Or like Pee Wee Herman said, I meant to do that. Had to show you guys, you know. Now with everything in there, turn on the radio. Fire up. Got solid light on the receiver. I now have working ailerons. Except they're backwards. Now ailerons, when you move the stick to the right should go up, and it's going down. So guess what? Go to Menu. Go to Settings. Reverse. Okay, aileron is now reverse. Hit Menu again, it'll save that setting. Exit out of there. Hit it now. There you go. Very nice. Now it's still a little out of whack over here. That's just a matter of adjusting the horns. But we have everything. Now what we're going to do is shut her down. Once again, shutting it down. Now it's shut down. Now we are going to hook up the motor. Technically now, I do not know if the motor speed controller is going to work or anything like that. I've been told they don't work very well. I left the transmitter on, that's okay. Two. Jeez, it sounds good. Sounds like it. That don't sound right. It should have just went. See what the throttle does. And the throttle is doing precisely nothing. That's not doing anything. But everything else is working. Alright, let's unplug this. If anyone out there knows what those beeps mean, give me a holler. I personally think speed controller is trash. I'm going to do some adjustments. I've got to hook up this rod here, and I'm going to set the elevator, and I'm going to adjust out the ailerons to be a little bit closer to what they need to be, and we'll get back to you. Okay, I'm going to go over a few things that I've done. It's really nothing I have to show you as far as how to, because you can figure this out on your own. I put 2 pieces of clear packing tape, ordinary clear packing tape, over the servos without making sure that they're not touching the horn, so the tape doesn't get stuck on it. Just on the bottom here, so that if it's on the grass, it'll just rub against that. I can change that. There's also 2 exposed wires here for the servos, for the aileron servos. So I just covered those with tape. Now I didn't cover the little hole here because any air coming out of this thing is good. From what I've been told, these speed controllers and stuff really heat up bad in these. So we wanted to make sure that any of the holes were not covered. Like this hole here is specifically to let out air to keep the inside of the canopy cool. Alright, next. Here we go. I have set my speed controller in place. Set the receiver back here. It's so nose heavy. I put the receiver down here in the back. Put a little piece of tape here to hold this antenna for the radio. Alright, important thing here is I didn't want that to interfere with this servo, so I've checked this and it's all good and clear. Batteries here, connections here. Your 3 wires, we can switch them if the motor runs backwards. But so far I can't get the motor to run, so if anybody knows what these beeps are and what they mean and what I may be doing wrong, I've checked to see if they to reverse the controls and everything, and so far I haven't gotten it to work. So what we're going to do is fire up the radio real quick, and I'm just going to give you the beeps one more time so you know. Okay, that's the complete segment. Anyone knows what's wrong with that? Please tell me. I think it's a bum speed controller. I haven't had this problem with my other planes, so I'm thinking the speed controller is no good. But if one of you radio experts, radio control experts, know what these codes mean on this particular speed controller, it would be really nice to know. If you don't, then you don't. But if you do, let me know.